So I'm starting the video off with this picture to show you that it was dark when we boarded the ship. I'll explain why as we get into the video, show you our room, the boys' room, and around the ship. Let's get into it. Y'all ready finally?
No.
Look, you ready?
Yes, after waiting so many hours. I'm tired. Hours dark out. Hours.
Darker.
We was out here days.
First time ever getting on the ship this late. We were delayed for weather, but we're gonna overcome. So the story is there was inclement weather the night of the 16th going into the morning of the 17th. The ship could not dock on time, so they end up basically pushing everything back about 6 hours. So instead of us having a noon 30 boarding time, it turned into a 6:30 boarding time, and just everything was cattywampus. With it getting dark early this time of year, we didn't get on the ship till 8 o'clock.
Carnival Horizon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so quick walkthrough of the boys' room. It's almost identical to the setup we had on the Mardi Gras. They have an interior room set up obviously for two twin beds. Again, you could get this room with one king in which they push them together and put the nightstands on either side. Little desk for some work. They got the TV there. Their fridge is down here. Now this is in the Havana room, so everything's a little bit different. You don't get the standard blue carnival towels. You get the brown towels that say Havana Experience on them, as well as the Havana Experience robes I will show you. And you also get these wristbands. So this whole area is off limits to people that aren't staying in the Havana rooms. Bathroom, cruise ship size, nothing extraordinary. And they have a little wardrobe here. And again, the robes say Havana Experience instead of Carnival. And as usual, the safe and a little more storage here. And again, they are in the same proximity. Actually, we're a wee bit further because we're not in a forward balcony, we're in the aft. So I'll show you how far we are from their room. If you come down this hall, our room is actually behind a second door. Us and someone else that has a similar. So you come through this door first, and then here is our room. So that's about the distance from our room to the boys' room. Okay, here's our room. Now it's kind of on the corner of deck 6. So it's more spacious than any cruise ship room we've had. Bathroom is about the same size as the boys. That didn't change. But instead of it walking in and being sort of a shotgun room, we have a little area here to the right and then a sitting area over here to the left. A big, huge window. You have your TV, your bed, and closet over there with the same stuff as the boys. Unfortunately, we were delayed in pushing off, so it's dark out. But this will give you an idea of the balcony. It is absolutely ginormous. I mean, there is two loungers, two chairs, two tables, and it literally wraps from the back of the ship all the way around. I mean, Janelle is way over there. And we're gonna, so I'm as far back as I can go on our balcony. She's as far back on the other side. It is massive. And we'll get more video of this during the day so you can get an idea. But you literally get a side view. You can look off the side of the ship, and then you can also just sit out here and look at what's behind you as you're sailing away. I'll get more video, but that hot tub, there's a pool, there's another hot tub, and there's a bar back here that are solely for guests staying in these Havana rooms. And I'll show you again those towels, which have the Havana experience on them, as well as the robes. They're not standard Carnival robes. They say Havana experience on them. Actually, they gave us a regular Carnival one over here. They gave the boys the Havana experience ones. But we'll get more video of the ship. We're here for 6 days, so we'll get as much of the ship as we can and show you anything that may be different about the Vista or the Mardi Gras. Okay, here's the daytime view of this balcony. So there's room out here for 2 chairs. Walk to one side, and get a full view of the other side. So that's how big this balcony is. There's also 2 loungers and another table. I mean, you could literally like cha-cha slide and shuffle out here. And I actually did a picture, which I'll insert here, from that jacuzzi, which gives you an idea from looking out there just how large this balcony is. But this is probably the perk of this room. That, along with it not being shotgun style, because it's a corner room, you don't walk in at the door and everything's, in a straight line. You have some room to the right and some to the left. You also got a beautiful view. You can get, if you come all the way over here, you can get a decent view almost to the starboard side. And then you get obviously all of the rear. And if you walk as far as you can to this side, you get a decent view of the port side. Okay, so our room was right here. One of the things I really like, because this is a Havana room, you have access to the Havana area. There was this cool staircase directly outside of our door that takes you down to the Havana area, which has a bar, and at night they play Latin inspired music down here. There's people dancing and everything. And then again, from here on, you're supposed to have on your wristbands. They've done a decent job of checking this cruise. So down here you have 2 hot tubs and a pool and a bunch of seating areas. And you have plenty of seating, including these little lounge chairs here. And again, this area is reserved for those people staying in the Havana staterooms, and they are indicated by the Havana wristband you see here. As this was a late December cruise, there's plenty of Christmas theming throughout the ship. This is a Limelight Lounge. They do some comedy in here. There's also, I think they might have done karaoke in here one night. And I believe this also becomes a little bit of a nightclub. I believe that's where they do the DJing and partying late at night. But this is the Limelight Lounge. This is the Skybox Sports Bar. You can come in here and get your sports fix. And of course, you have your casino. which is currently closed. We are anchored at Grand Cayman, which is why it's so empty. But I believe one of the rare times I can actually record in here. Normally, they'll make you put your phone away or any recording devices. But we lucked out. There are shops on 3 floors here in the middle. This is the grand atrium. Guest services is down 1 level from here. There's also cherry on top, the candy store, there's watch stores, little Victoria's Secret. This is the Liquid Lounge. It's like the main theater in the ship. They may be setting up for a wedding, I'm not sure. But this is the main theater where they do all the shows. They do some comedy in here as well. But looks like they're setting up for something, so I won't get too deep in here. Here's more of the shops. So I'm on deck 5 now. Went up 1. Trying not to get strangers in the video as much as possible, which is why I was aiming at the wall just then. Here's your bonsai teppanyaki. That's where they do the hibachi. Windows are closed currently, but that's where the hibachi cooking. And they also have a sushi restaurant as well. There's a bar up here, Alchemy Bar, and the steakhouse, Fahrenheit 555. Janelle and I actually had dinner in there last night, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Anybody that says that the main dining room steaks and the steakhouse steaks are the same, they are a lie. This is the Pixels area. This is where you can come and see all your photos taken throughout the ship. Much less wasteful than it used to be. So you get this key card. You get an iPad rather. You come up and you put in your folio number and your date of birth. And they pull up all of the pictures from you on board. And you can select the ones you want from there. So they used to print all these pictures out, and then you would go to a wall and see them, keep the ones you wanted, and throw away the ones you didn't. This new system is much more, much less wasteful rather. And there's also a wall back here that rotates through some of the pictures. There's a wall of moments inside the Carnival Hub app. You can upload a photo, and you may end up seeing yourself on this wall. But this is the Pixels area. Another one of the additional restaurants on the ship is called Pig and Anchor. And there's a bar before you lead into it. And then once you're inside, they do barbecue type food. And they also have some live music in here from time to time. But this is Guy's Pig and Anchor. For an additional charge, there is a barbecue restaurant on board. They brew their own beer on board as well. You can go into the Carnival Hub app and actually sign up for a brewery tour. So if that's something that fascinates you, something you can definitely do. Again, more of that Christmas theming, considering this is a cruise late December. Oh, there's an arcade on board as well. Circle C, the 12 to 14 camp is also on this deck. At 12 to 14, the kids can check themselves in and out on their own, which is nice. Taylor goes in when he wants to and leaves when he wants to as well. There's also an IMAX on board, theater that shows movies from time to time. More Christmas theming. So the elevator situation on this ship has been complaints the entire time, but you come over to this keypad, you hit where you want to go, and then it'll give you a car to use. So you have to make sure you get on the right car. It won't take you to the floor you want to get off on. And then once you get inside, you see there are no buttons, just open and close. So if you didn't get on at the right deck to begin with, you end up totally somewhere different. And I don't know if they did this to alleviate people just pressing different floors, or less buttons means less maintenance issues, but these elevators are way slower than other ships I've been on that work like normal elevators. This is the entrance to the spa. If you book spa appointments, you would come here for those appointments. I won't go in there as I don't have any appointments, but that's where the spa is if you have. Out here is the water park. Have various slides and places to get wet. This is the Serenity adults only area aboard the ship. No one under 21 is allowed in this area. It's a place just to relax without hearing kids screaming or splashing in the pool or spa. They have a lot of those clamshell loungers. It has its own couple of jacuzzis. The bar back here as well. And plenty of seating. Again, we're docked in Grand Cayman at the moment, so a lot of the onboard places are closed, but underway, this is a fully functioning bar, and again, just tons of seating. So I'm on deck 12 currently. This is an overview of the Lido deck, the main area. Red Fog One Bar. Got Guy's Burger Joint. There's a Blue Iguana down there as well. Plenty of lounge chairs and the biggest pool on board, the main pool. We also have the screen that shows movies at night and other things during the day. They have big deck parties out here. That little area below the screen is the DJ booth. May walk down there in a minute. But as I'm going to get video of the sky deck in the sports area, just wanted to just at least give you an overview of that in case I don't end up making it down there. So they have the sky ride. They also have a ropes course. This is like the sports deck. They have cornhole and putt-putt golf. There's a basketball court. That's the ropes course. You go around that. And then above me is the track for the sky ride. Let me run upstairs real quick and get you a look at the actual vehicle you're sitting in. But you pedal it, and it basically goes along that track all the way around this floor of the ship. It's closed currently, but I'll give you a shot of the actual ride vehicle. It looked like that. It's almost like a recumbent bike. You sit in it and you pedal to move yourself around the track. And then there's more putt-putt holes up here. There's also a giant chess game and the entrance to the ropes course, which they tie you off and you can climb these different obstacles. Obviously, if you fall, you're tethered. But that's the ropes course. Indoor activities here. That's like a combination of soccer and pool. And they have some foosball and some ping pong tables. The entire floor here is also a track for those wanting to work out. And I'm going to come up on the sign here momentarily, but I believe it's 1 mile is 7 laps around this track. Yes, 1 mile is 7 laps. So if you're one that likes to run or jog to work out, you have somewhere to do it. This is where Taylor spends most of his time. Actually not here at the moment, but there's the basketball court. And then they also have some outdoor workout equipment up here. This is your Tides pool. I believe that is on deck 10. That's also where you'll find the seafood shack for some additional cost seafood, something to do in lieu of Lido Marketplace or main dining room. These are the entrances to the additional cost Italian restaurant, and then there's also an Asian kitchen, but they would both end up being through here. So that's the Asian kitchen to the left and the Italian restaurant to the right. This is the Tides Bar and Pool that I gave you a view of from up above earlier. And I was telling you about the Seafood Shack, which is right over there, Seafood Shack. And then the pizzeria is over here if you wanted pizza. And then again, there's a pool and a couple of hot tubs. So I'm pretty sure we did every additional cost dining option on board except Gigi's Asian Kitchen. I did not take pictures inside of Fahrenheit 555, the steakhouse. I do apologize for that, but the pictures that just passed were from the Italian restaurant, and this is from Guy's Pig and Anchor. And then here's our hibachi experience. Celebrate good times, come on! Celebrate good times, come on! Clap your hands, everybody! Clap your hands, everybody! Ole, 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 ole! Well, no, watching. Alright. Bye, Anna, let's go. Bye, Anna. They're hungry, though. Let it go. Let it go. Right for you. Bye, Anna. It's not you. Okay. So we have a birthday cake for Marge. I think because of the late boarding, we did not attend the Welcome Aboard show, but we made it a point to do every other show on the cruise. They were all phenomenal. The crew was awesome, and Janelle even got selected by the Giving Tree at one of the shows, and then afterwards they set us in these 2 chairs in the main atrium and sort of quote-unquote serenaded us, so that was pretty cool. All in all, this was a great cruise. I think our favorite part was the room. I mean, just having that humongous balcony in a room that wasn't set up like the rest was really, really good. Taylor was upset that there was no Big Chicken. So we went on the Mardi Gras in March, and he wore Big Chicken out, Shaq's chicken restaurant. So this ship, I don't know if it's not going to get one or they just haven't upgraded it yet, but it did not have a Big Chicken, and he was sorely disappointed about that. The only other complaint I could find was the Wi-Fi for the Hub app was not very reliable. Janelle had to keep trying to connect to the app, so it made the $5 chat plan we paid for very ineffective, because every time someone would send her a text, it wouldn't notify her because she'd be logged out, and then when she logged back in, she would get text from 20 or 30 minutes ago. So that was really probably, you know, the only complaint we have, with the exception of obviously getting on the ship late, which, you know, you can't control weather, so won't complain about that too much. We actually may be doing this ship again for her birthday in May. We're still planning. I'm gonna end the video here with a little bit of her connection issues with the Carnival Hub app. Not sure if this is specific to the Horizon or not. We didn't have those on the Mardi Gras in March, so maybe it is.
No. Nothing is happening.
In Australia for 18 years, and now I can't wait to come back to Tokyo and experience.
Even if I try to access, let me try to do it.
I think I really enjoy seeing this stuff. But I think we're quite different as people. It's the typical
Still nothing.